They're things that I thought were cheap as a kid and was shocked when I became an adult and found out they're incredibly expensive. First off, we have nuts. This jar is like $9. To put that in perspective, a Chipotle bowl is like $7.50. Why is this so expensive? It's one of the only good sources of protein that's not meat. Why is it $9 for like what I could eat in a sitting? Except we have rugs. I would think these are like $20-$30. A cheap one at Home Goods is like $100. If you want like a nice, really big one, it's like $500. That's absolutely crazy. You can buy like a cheap jacket for like $20. Why are rugs so expensive? And then we have insurance. This is absolutely the worst culprit. I thought you'd pay like a couple bucks a month. Absolutely not. This isn't about health, car insurance. It's all horrible. I know a lot of you are Gen Z, so I'll lay out how it works for you. You pay hundreds of dollars a month for this. And then if you actually make a claim, they try their hardest not to process it. And if they do process it, you have a deductible. So you have to pay yearly so much before they'll actually pay for anything. And usually that's like thousands of dollars. It's absolutely ridiculous. Why do we have this? F-boy nursery rhymes to remember when you're blasted. Mattress on the floor, don't let him score. Dish soap on his body, don't let him get naughty. Can't pick up his trash, don't let him smash. This is fan groups I'm most afraid of. First, we have Selenators, so they don't seem to be too aggressive or cohesive, but they have made average music go to #1, so I think they'd at least be able to hack my social security information and open a credit card in my name, and that does scare me. The Barbs seem a little more cohesive and aggressive. They have taken over a couple Twitter hashtags before, but they've only been able to make one Nicki Minaj song go to #1, so they'd probably be able to blackmail me with like naughty pictures or something, but that'd probably be it. And finally, we have K-pop stans. K-pop stans are actually more organized than most island nations, and the only reason that we're not living under a regime of K-pop is because they're actually divided into different segments, but the few times that they have come together, they've been able to dominate Twitter and take on US presidents, so it's pretty terrifying. I should call him. This is what I think the Super Mario Bros. Characters would be like in bed. Luigi would be constantly checking in on you and kind of ruin the moment. He'd keep being like, you good? You good? Do you like that? Are you good? And then when it was all said and done, he'd want to cuddle for like an aggressive amount of time. And he'd kind of be like, I think I'm going to go. Bowser would be super dominant. He wouldn't care at all about how you were feeling. After 6 or 7 minutes, when he was done, he'd make a frozen pizza and tell you a story about how his mother never loved him. And then he'd say, do you want to call an Uber now? I can only imagine that Waluigi would be an amazing, like, he'd be so passionate and romantic. And I feel for some reason like he's packing heat, and if not, you could always sit on his chin. Look at that thing. This is Republican senators that I've hooked up with. So it's currently none, but I have big loans and a mouth like a Hoover, so I think I'm a really good candidate for some hush money. Craziest things One Direction fans have done. Directioners once tried to buy One Direction from their management, setting the goal at $66 million. One Direction fans once leaked the blood types of all 5 members of One Direction, which I don't think is illegal, but it does feel a little personal. Directioners once hacked into airport security at Auckland Airport just to watch Harry Styles sit in the corner and do nothing. One Direction fans got the song No Control, featuring lead vocals in the chorus by Louis Tomlinson, a first for him, to #1 on iTunes in 3 countries, even though it was not a single released by the label. This is who you are based on your favorite Drag Race queen. Part 2. If you're an Adore Delano fan, you have a Coexist bumper sticker, you're really into your Zodiac, and you used to or still do get busted for violating your school's dress code. If you're a Bob the Drag Queen fan, you always know what's trending on Twitter, you're really funny but people don't always get your humor, and you're actually really hot but you don't know it. If you're a Katya fan, people think you're really funny but you're actually just anxious, you're a big cuddlebug and you love affection, and you have a weird obsession with the movie Contact. If you're a Nina West fan, you've never missed a Pride March, you avoid conflict at all costs, and you're super loyal, sometimes to a fault. This is fan groups I'm most afraid of. Part 2. Lana fans. Lana fans are not cohesive at all. We don't even have a name. We were too busy taking Lexapro to get Norman effing Rockwell the Grammy it deserved. I think I could literally hand out my social security number at a lemonade stand and the Lana stands wouldn't know what to do with it, so I'm really not afraid of this group. Swifties. Swifties are better investigators than the CIA, and Taylor has trained them to do that. I'm pretty sure they made Scooter Braun poop his pants, and they have canceled a fast food chain before, so I think the Swifties could make my body disappear without a trace, and that definitely does scare me. And finally, we have Arianators. They're kind of like social snipers. They took out Victoria Justice's career. They claim the #1, 2, and 3 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 all at the same time. They're more organized than the US military, but they're way more discreet, so I think they could probably wipe my existence and any record of it from Earth, and that definitely does scare me. Things only gay people understand. Part 9. This might look like a photo of 2 high-class investors at a fancy business party, but if you know, you know. Tyler, can I ask you something a little personal? Yeah, of course. What's up? Well, you know that guy I've been dating? The one with the eye patch and the parrot? No, not Matt. Michael. Oh, the one that calls himself a plan daddy and wears V-necks? Sorry, you kind of have a high turnover rate. Well, anyway, he asked me to receive his package this weekend. Oh. And I was wondering, how do you make sure you're cleaned out? Oh. I'm glad you came to me. Here's what I do. First, you take a Dyson vacuum, and yes, it must be name brand. Put it on high and stick it up there. You may get an organ or 2, but don't worry about it. Those aren't important. Okay, then take a syringe full of glitter and shoot it up there so it's like opening a Christmas present. Then take a 3-tiered cake, store-bought is fine, and shove as much as you can there. That's why they call eating your bum cake. And that's it. Wow. Thank you so much. I think he could be the one. Sure. Have fun.